Entitled Karen demands my seat. Instant karma arrives wearing a badge. It's strange how certain days burn themselves into your memory not for their beauty or their peace, but for the pure, mind-numbing insanity they bring with them. This one happened about 7 months ago, during a chapter of my life I honestly wouldn't wish on anyone. I had been diagnosed with a nasal cavity tumor, technically stage 2. It was large, aggressive, and every part of it felt like a ticking clock lodged behind my face. Though thankfully it hadn't spread yet, the only real option was to begin a grueling regimen of chemotherapy to shrink it before we could even talk surgery. Chemo isn't just a treatment. It's a slow dismantling of everything you recognize in yourself. Hair. Gone. Eyebrows, eyelashes. Gone. Energy. Forget it. I was a ghost in my own skin. To the world, I probably looked like some kind of neo-Nazi linebacker. I'm 6'4", broad-shouldered, and the baldness, paired with the lack of brows, made me look intense. So, yeah, I wore a wig. Not for vanity, but so people wouldn't instinctively cross the street or clutch their purse when I walked by. Anyway, one day after an especially brutal round of chemo, I just wanted to get home. There's only one bus line that runs from the hospital to my side of town, and when I stepped on board, it was packed like a can of sardines in summer. I was exhausted, every step felt like I was dragging iron weights behind my ankles. I spotted a middle-aged guy sitting near the front. I must have looked bad, because before I even said a word, he nodded and offered his seat. "You look like you need it more than I do," he said, with a kind smile. I collapsed into the seat with a sigh of relief, wig slightly askew, but I didn't care. For the first time in hours, I didn't feel like I might just melt into the floor. 2 stops later, she entered. She was exactly what you'd imagine, 40s, bloated with entitlement, stomping down the aisle like it owed her money. Platinum blonde, I'd like to speak to the manager, haircut, leopard print top, and a purse the size of a microwave. Dragging behind her was a kid, maybe 12, who looked like he wanted to disappear. She scanned the bus like a hawk eyeing prey. Our eyes met. I saw it. The moment she locked on. And I knew I was about to be tested. She waddled up to me and didn't hesitate. "Excuse me. Could you let my son sit down?" I blinked. Seriously. I didn't want to start anything, so I stayed calm. "Sorry, I just came from the hospital." "So did we," she snapped. "My son just broke his leg." I looked at the boy, who was standing normally. No crutches, no cast, no limp, just mild embarrassment. He gave me a sheepish shrug as if to say, "Sorry, she does this." "He looks fine," I said gently. "Listen here, boy," she spat, eyes narrowing. "My kid deserves to sit down more than you do. Now, I'm 21. But something about her tone, like I was 5 years old, made my blood boil. "Ma'am, I just underwent chemo. I really need to sit. I'm not being rude, I'm just..." Before I could finish, I adjusted my wig slightly. A chunk of it shifted, revealing my pale, bald scalp underneath. "That did it?" She lost her damn mind. "Oh, shut the F up, you effing skinhead piece of shit," she bellowed. I froze. The bus froze. She didn't stop. She started screaming, waving her arms, shoving me, trying to physically yank me from the seat. The kid was whispering, "Mom, stop. Please, just stop." I held tight. My body was weak, but I wasn't moving. And then, like an angel of justice descending from the heavens, he appeared. An older man from the back of the bus, mid-60s, tall and wiry, voice like gravel and wisdom. "Will you shut the hell up, you dumb cow," he thundered. She spun around like she'd been slapped. "Who do you think you're talking to?" He stepped forward, eyes cold as steel. "Someone assaulting a sick passenger. That's who. Anyone with 2 working eyes can see the man has cancer." "No, he's just a skinhead," she shrieked. "He's got no eyebrows, you twat," he snapped. And then, because reality has a sense of humor, she punched him square in the jaw. The sound made the entire bus go silent. Her son gasped. I stared, wide-eyed. The man didn't flinch. He just exhaled slowly, then reached into his jacket and pulled out a badge. "You just assaulted a police officer. Sit down." I nearly choked. She turned ghost white. He calmly pulled out his phone and called it in while the woman stammered like a broken typewriter. The bus pulled to the next stop and she tried to bolt, but the passengers, bless them, formed a human wall. 3 stops later, a squad car was waiting. As she was escorted off, still yelling, her son turned to me with the saddest eyes and whispered, "I'm so sorry. For everything." I patted his shoulder. "You're not your mom. It's okay." The officer came over to me next, asked if I wanted to press charges. I said yes. He nodded. We'll handle it. No need for you to come in, I'll call you tomorrow. He even offered me his seat. That was months ago. Today, I'm sitting on the same bus, just back from a checkup. My hair is starting to come back. No more wigs. No more hiding. I'll never forget the day I met the human embodiment of entitlement and the old gentleman who handed her karma on a silver badge. Some people say justice is slow. Not that day.